I'm Corey Cockerill. I'm an assistant professor of communication arts in the communication arts program at Wilmington College. So I come from a journalism and public relations background. I worked for the State Division of Wildlife managing their electronic communications program. And so I come from a background that's heavy in communication by way of words and scientific communication research background. And so I think it matches well with my colleague who teaches in this program also, Dorothy Gertzweiler, who comes from an art background. And her skills and expertise are in photography. So when you put together sort of the visual, the creative with the logical and the written, I think you get a nice balance, a good array of programs that we are able to offer. Yeah, so we do have a lot of internship opportunity. Every student has to engage in an internship that's a communication arts major. So the reason why we reinforce that is because in communication, it's such a vast field, of very diverse field, and it's important to narrow your interest. And so, you know, we want students to try out a couple different communications applications, jobs in communication, so that they can decide what specific area of communications is going to work best with their skill set. And often we have students who take internships and they learn more about what they don't want to do than what they do want to do, and that's just as important as a lesson as, you know, taking an internship and knowing this is exactly what I want to do. In addition to our internship programs, we have student publications, and those are newspaper, we have the Woodhouse, and we have the Wilmingtonian, which is our yearbook. And students get practice in every day on a regular basis. Practice in layout and design, photography, journalism and written communication, creative communication, but really it gives our students something to put in their portfolio when they leave here. I think what makes Wilmington stand out when compared to other communications programs is how expansive our expertise goes in terms of our ability to teach different courses. You get exposure to a wide variety of courses and different skill sets, and we cover oral communication, we cover written communication, we cover visual communication, we even cover digital communication, and there are different conventions for each one, different nuances for each one, and skill sets that we have to teach. So when you leave here, you've had a little bit of each of those types of communication. In the end, you're likely to hone in on one, but we give you exposure to all. If you're going to be a good communicator, you have to be able to communicate through lots of different channels. So that makes you effective at journalism, at public relations, at graphic design, at event planning, politics. It really just allows you to cross the board in terms of having a diverse, multidisciplinary major. So I think that's probably one of the most distinguishing features of our program here. Yeah, so what I think helps students be successful in communications has a lot to do with creativity. And when we look at feedback from internships and feedback from prospective employers, a lot of them say, we're looking for people who are innovative, who can think creatively, who can build strategies on the fly, among other things that they look for. And so we decided 2 years ago to develop a studio space in which students could think creatively. They each get a space dedicated to their own work. They get access to coffee, which fuels their creativity. They get access to Macs and color printers and things that we know students in communications need access to build the best product and to take that product into the next phase of their career. So we have a strong academic program, but we also have a strong applied program. And ultimately, we're working towards the development of your portfolio, of the student portfolio. When you leave here, you should be able to demonstrate what you can do, not just show through your coursework. And so the studio, our internships, which are mandatory, all of these things help build up that portfolio so you can show what you've done in 4 years. And it's usually pretty impressive.